Alright, so branching could get very complex at first, and if you understood the previous lesson, with just more and more practice, you'll soon master branching. However, for this lesson, I were to introduce a different way to contribute to open source projects, that is, through forking and cloning. In the flowchart here, let's just say that there is a cool repository that you explored recently and now you want to work on that. There are several ways you can do so. Let's just assume that the ideal scenario is that you might want to work on it locally on your preferred IDE perhaps. So the first step shall be to fork the repo first, which is basically creating a copy of that repo onto your GitHub account. After forking, you own a copy of that repo on your GitHub account. Now let's just take an example for forking and cloning repos from GitHub. So this is one of my repositories that I had been working on, and now I want a copy of that on my local environment. Since I'm signed in through a different GitHub account, I don't own this repository. So before cloning this project, we'll first fork it. So now we have this forked repo. In this repository section, we'll copy the link to this repository. This link is similar to the link we used while adding the remote to the local repository. Now we go over to our repositories folder and we'll git bash here and be sure about this destination where you do everything. So we'll first make a new folder, let's say mkdir who underscore is underscore Devanshu. Right, so we created a new folder. Let's cd into the folder. Okay, and I'll just open the folder also. So inside this folder, I'll use the command git clone and I'll paste the link. Okay, 1 second. Let me just copy it again. Right, I'll just git clone, enter, and it's done. We have the whole project on our PC now. So now you can easily push and pull code between GitHub and your system, since the repository you cloned is from your own account. And once you feel you have optimized the project, you can now proceed to create a pull request, which we will be covering in the next lesson. So before moving on to the pull request part, there is another way of working on your dream repository. Instead of forking, you can directly clone that cool repository and work on that. But the downside to that is you won't be able to push your code that easily, given that you don't own the repository. So with the help of an example, let me show you what will happen if you try to push your code onto an inaccessible repository. So right now I am signed in with my primary account and this is Om Singh's account. Let's open his repo and we'll first clone this. So I'll directly clone it onto my repositories folder. And we have the repository. Now we'll open it into our text editor by using code dot. Okay, so the repo is open and we'll make a small change. Let's say we add a surname. So we made a change and my text editor has also a terminal which works in similar way to the git bash. So let's just use that for now and we'll first cd into the cv, then we'll use git status to see if there are any changes. Yes, it's showing me some changes are there, so we'll now add those changes to the staging area and we'll commit to that change, git commit -m. Let's write a message that add surname. Alright, so now we have committed to the change, but we have not pushed it to the GitHub repository. So to do that, what we did was we git push that code. So let's first check what is the remote for this repo. Okay, it's origin. So if I try to do git push origin and the branch name was main here, so I'll use git push origin main. Okay, it's giving me an error that permission denied to Devanshu Yadav. Since I'm not the owner of this repository, I cannot make changes and push just like that. It requires permission for me to make any changes to this repo. In order to make that change, what we can alternatively do is that we can add a remote called upstream to that local repo, which links it to my account where I will have the inaccessible repo forked already, and push my code to the forked repo instead of the inaccessible repo, and then send a pull request to Om Singh, so asking him to add a surname. So in the next lesson we are going to learn how to create a pull request and how to submit your changes